Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to look at how to make payments to trade and other accounts payable. And first of all, to remind ourselves, let's first create an other accounts payable account, ledger, electricity, expenses, press enter. This is a direct expense, enter, 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 say yes. So we escape and go back to the gateway of Tally. So now that in our chart of accounts, we see that under ledgers, we also have let's look for the account we've created, electricity expenses. It's there, we've confirmed. Let's go back to the gateway of Tally. After confirming, let's go to the payments by clicking V or coming to vouchers and enter. Make sure you're not in contra, make sure you're not in journal or sales, but payment. So select which account is going to make the payment. Let's say Equity Bank. Select whom we are paying or what we are paying for. So assuming we are paying for electricity expenses, come and select the electricity expenses account and select maybe we are paying 150,000 Ugandan shillings. Enter, 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 enter. In case of check details of the bank you're using to make this payment, you can include them here. So we enter, and in our narrations we can say paid UGX 150,000 only for monthly rent of let's say in brackets July 2022. Say enter, and we save that transaction. So just to confirm again, you can go to the gateway of Tally, go to the daybook, enter, Alt F1 to make sure that you can see this transaction. You can now confirm whether it's a right entry by saying that they debited electricity expenses account and credited Equity Bank by 150,000. And remember, when a cash account or bank account is making a payment, it must be credited with that amount, and the respective expense increased by that amount with a debit. So we can escape and go to the vouchers again. You can just press V or come to the selection and enter. Now we're making payment to Hima Cement but using Equity Bank. Select Equity Bank and then Hima Cement Uganda Limited. Let's say we are paying Hima Cement 10 million Ugandan shillings against that earlier reference of the transaction payable. Enter, enter. Again, in case of check details, we put them there. So since I've not put the narration, let me say no. Enter. We have to put there the narration. I can just click here and say payment of UGX 10 million only to Hima Cement Uganda Limited. You can just leave it at that. Enter and say yes. However, you can prolong it to include whatever you want the accountant or auditor to see in the narrative notes. So let's also make a payment to Kampala Cement. Sorry, we are making a payment from Equity Bank and we're paying Kampala Cement Uganda Limited to a tune of again 10 million Ugandan shillings. Enter, against that reference. Enter, enter, enter the check details. Enter. and then you say yes. But remember, I haven't put there the narrations. So let's see what happens if I haven't put the narration on that part. Let's go to the gateway of tally, the book, enter. Now, the accountant or auditor, I assume that the accountant auditor is the one at this space. He will say Alt F1 and the details will expand. He will come here to configure and say yes by typing Y. I want to show the narrations. Enter throughout and then select this account to see paid 150,000 for monthly rent. Yes, he can escape and go back. If he's convinced that yes, this transaction has been correctly defended, he's going to rely with confidence on these other narrative notes. However, when the accountant reaches here or auditor, there is no narration. It will make him skeptical and he will want to know what happened by pressing enter. He will inquire from the data entrant or the accountant who handled that. Yeah, then in the narration they'll tell him, yeah, that payment, was it confirmed? Yes, it was confirmed. Then we can say payment, because sometimes it can be plagiarism or creative accounting. Yeah, so we can say yes, indeed, after confirming this payment. We can type payment of Ugandan shillings 10 million only to Kampala Cement Uganda Limited. So this is after the auditors realized that there is a narrative note missing and is skeptical of why. Was it due to the forgetting of the accountant who was entering these details or not? So you can say enter and say yes. You can see it has now been included here as well. Payment of 10 million Ugandan shillings only to Kampala Cement Uganda Limited. So that is how we make payments to trade and other accounts payable. Thank you very much. Let's see each other in the next session where we are going to look at inventory vouchers, for example, stock journals. Yeah.